on your side. You're watching WBRC Fox 6 News now.
Good afternoon and welcome into WBRC Now. I'm Clare Huddleston. We're glad you're with us today. We do start with some breaking news. The January 6th House Committee investigating the Capitol riot is asking for former President Donald Trump to appear for a deposition on or around November 14th. The committee is also asking for documents by November 4th. The panel said, quote, "We recognize that a subpoena to a former president is a significant and historic action. We do not take this action lightly." Now, it's unclear how the former president and his legal team will respond. He could comply or negotiate with the committee, announce that he will defy the subpoena or ignore it altogether. He could also go to court to try to stop it. So we will keep you updated on those developments. Now, also today, Steve Bannon, the ex-advisor to the former president, has been sentenced to 4 months in prison for criminal contempt of Congress. If you remember, he defied a subpoena from the House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. Bannon says he will appeal, and the judge ruled he does not have to serve his time until that appeal is complete. So a couple of breaking news stories there for you today that we wanted to tell you about right off the bat, but we also know a lot of you are planning your weekend and you want to know what the weather's going to be like. Here is Fred Hunter with our forecast.
Well, it is a beautiful end for the weekend, Claire, and it looks as if this high pressure is going to control our weather, not only for the rest of the week into the weekend, but for the week ahead. Now, we'll see a little return flow of moisture coming in, and we have another system which is moving in our direction. It's not going to get here through the weekend or even the beginning of the week, but eventually the next cold front will bring us our next rain chances. So the southerly winds bring the moisture, the focusing area along and ahead of the front, but rain chances really diminish as we get on into Tuesday, late Tuesday into Wednesday. Rain really coming down, but it is going to be warmer this weekend for those of you who have been wanting some warmer weather after the big chill of the past week. Highs are going to be back in the 70s, so it's going to be a great weekend. And look at Dub's already looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, the granddaddy of them all, folks, Sideline coming your way tonight on Fox 6. If you're headed out to a high school football game, be sure you cheer your team on and take along that jacket. It's going to be a little cool. It'll be a nice evening over at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Mississippi State, of course, coming to town to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Meanwhile, UAB is actually on the road playing up at Western Kentucky. Things look dry there for that game for the Blazers. And, well, here it is. We're headed into the weekend. If you have plans to go down to Gulf Shores or Orange Beach, it looks as if things are going to be nice for the weekend. In fact, limited rain chances on down to the Gulf Coast, right on through midweek and on to the second half of the week. And by the way, since we're counting down the hours now to the beginning of the weekend, let's go ahead and count down the days till Halloween and Thanksgiving. And yes, Christmas is just a couple of months away. Hope you have a great weekend.
All right, Fred, thanks for that update. All right, I want to check in on traffic because, man, we have got a lot of crashes out there. Look at this. Our roadways are a mess right now. I want to mention this one over in Moody, a major crash on 20 westbound. So I'm going to click on this. There's some lane blockage. You can see those long delays right there. This is near the Highway 78 exit over in the Leeds-Moody area, Kelly Creek Road, I believe, there in Moody. So be mindful of that. Gosh, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 wrecks all up and down 65 and 280 in this area downtown. So I'll click on some of these. There's a crash on 65 southbound at Lakeshore. Please be mindful of that. There's a crash on 65 southbound near the 459 interchange. One down here in Shelby County, a crash I-65 northbound. This is past 247 mile marker. I'll give you a closer look at that one if this will pull up right here. Looks like just the right shoulder involved in that one. But again, the roads looking like a lot of slowdowns, a lot of stop and go traffic. So just be careful when you head out this afternoon. If you're getting home to work, just take some extra time because some of these areas are problem spots that you will encounter. All right, also new information today about a 17-year-old killed in Birmingham. Police confirm the victim, Tynez Durden, was a student at Woodlawn High School. Now, we've reached out to school leaders for a statement and we are waiting to hear back from them. Police say that Durden was shot in a drive-by shooting at an apartment complex near Sunrise Lane. Right now, no suspects are in custody. And 2 people shot in Tuscaloosa last night have been released from the hospital. This happened on 15th Street near Wendy's and the Cookout restaurant. One employee told us that a man actually staggered into the building after getting shot in the arm. Police tell us no suspects are in custody right now. We will keep you updated as we learn more. Well, Sunday marks 3 years since Anaya Blanchard disappeared. Her body was found a week later in rural Alabama. A suspect was arrested, and you may remember that suspect was out of jail on bond for another crime. And that's why Anaya's mother has been fighting for a statewide change to our laws. Our Jillian Brooks has more.
Her smile and the love that she had for people and the love that she had for life.
Her daughter's laugh and smile will never fade for Angela Harris.
She's with me every step of the way, and with everything that I'm doing in life, she's right there with me, and I've got to have her with me in everything I do.
This weekend marks 3 years since Anaya Blanchard first was reported missing. It was a nightmare for Angela that has turned into motivation to make the world a safer place.
And it is such an honor that everything we do is honoring her and making the world a better place in her name.
On the ballot this year is Anaya's Law. If passed, judges will be allowed to deny bail for somebody who is convicted of a separate violent crime for being out on bail.
And their vote, it matters. We need this. We've got to keep our state safer. And just want to remind them, if they don't know what Anaya's Law is, read about it, look it up, know how to vote for it. And just know that they're changing the Alabama Constitution by doing this.
Well, this weekend, Anaya's family will have a self-defense class, and they will also have a vigil to remember her. We have details about those events right now on our WBRC News app. Well, we told you about this yesterday on WBRC Now. The CDC is now recommending that the COVID-19 vaccine be included in the vaccine schedule for school-aged children, but we want to emphasize it's not going to be mandatory for school-aged children in Alabama next year. State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris says that the CDC Advisory Committee can only make recommendations. They do not set the requirements for our state. Harris wants everyone to know that there's no vaccine mandate in Alabama schools. He says it's up to parents if they want their kids vaccinated, like a flu shot.
The truth is the ACIP and the CDC don't make decisions about the shots that are required for Alabama schools. That's done by the State Committee of Public Health. Kids ought to take this shot, but there's no mandate and not going to be a mandate about that.
And Alabama Governor Kay Ivey even responding to this, she tweeted, quote, "Here in Alabama, the parents make decisions when it comes to their children's health care. We do not mandate the COVID shot for kids, nor will we ever." Well, right now, a warning today from pediatricians. Children's hospitals around the country, they're filling up with kids who are dealing with respiratory issues. And at this hour, pediatric beds and intensive care units in the country are about 80% full. And it's starting to put a strain on some of those hospitals. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest.
Dwindling children's hospital beds, intensive care units being pushed to capacity, overwhelmed healthcare workers, all triggered by a surge in a common respiratory virus, also known as RSV, spreading at unprecedented levels amongst children.
Our beds are filled to capacity. The kids keep coming in. I have never seen this level of surge, specifically of RSV, coming into our hospital.
Federal data shows pediatric hospital beds are filling up more now than they have over the past 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Over the last 10 days, we've had over 100 kids that have come in with RSV into our system, which is really unprecedented.
Some doctors say children being more isolated to protect them from COVID may have fueled the rise in RSV cases.
I think their immune system just hasn't seen the number of viruses a typical child prior to the pandemic would have seen.
Kids were socially distanced. They were wearing masks for a long time, properly so. We needed to do that to prevent COVID infections. But now these viruses are capturing a population that is completely not used to them.
Despite the surge, doctors say they don't want parents to be too alarmed.
RSV is not as serious as COVID was in the adult population. We can take care of these kids. We can actually provide the care. The majority of them will get better, will go home.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
I know my Libby was hospitalized with RSV when she was about 6 months old, so it is certainly scary for parents. Of course, the main thing you need to look for with RSV is that labored breathing in their chest. It is so difficult, but hopefully we can get a handle on the RSV in our country. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Oliviana Calmes is going to join us. She's got some warning signs that people need to look for in regards to domestic violence relationships. Stay with us for that.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
It's knowing someone cares.
It's feeling safe.
It's that today that's better than yesterday.
Every dollar you can spare helps so much more than you can imagine. Please, donate now to help people affected by Hurricane Ian. Your support is urgently needed.
Live, new, and on your side, beginning at 9 p.m. In a day filled with clutter and noise, WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else. With new updates, live and on the scene, answers for your money and your livelihood, with 6 on Your Side investigates. And your first alert for the hours and days ahead with the WBRC First Alert Weather Team. On your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. On your side.
We have over 60 years experience tracking storms in this area, and it's not only the experience of the First Alert Weather Team, it's the technology that allows us to stay ahead of these storms and to give that first alert.
Yeah, it's the years of warning our friends, our family, our neighbors first, your knowledge of the technology. That's why we do what we do, and we hope that's saving lives.
Being trusted to give that first alert, it means everything to us. Days ahead, even weeks ahead, it's what it means to be on your side.
Hey, you guys know Clare Huddleston. She has been on Good Day Alabama for 10 years now. With the new show, WBRC Fox 6 News, now at 11, you're going to get to see Clare in a different way. As a journalist, she knows what she's doing. Stories develop all throughout the morning, and Clare will be able to bring you that. She's going to bring something to the 11 o'clock that people are going to enjoy. It's going to be informative. And Clare is just a perfect fit for that position. We hope that you'll join Clare and the rest of the crew on our news at 11.
All right, welcome back to WBRC Now. I'm joined by Oliviana Calmes, one of our reporters, and she's got a story she's working on tonight, a very serious topic, domestic violence.
That's right, and if you didn't know, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and it just happens so much more than we talk about, so much more than we know of. In fact, so I talked to an organization here in Birmingham called One Place Family Justice Center, and they let me know a statistic that is one in four women,
okay.
and 1 in 7 men do reach some kind of point in their life where they have some instance with domestic violence. Isn't that terrible?
That is very sad. The experience with domestic violence, obviously you don't, it's something that needs to be talked about. I think you mentioned this, but it's a year-round problem, and we seem to talk about it only in October, but we need to talk about it year-round.
Absolutely, and if you look at that number, statistically, we all know someone who's been through something like this, someone who's been affected by it at some point. And so she did talk to me about some of the warning signs that you can notice, whether that's in your own relationship or in someone else's relationship. And so a couple of those are independence is the main thing. Is that person being able to, are they having to check in with their partner all the time, what they're doing? Are they being stalked? All those basically come down to, do they have control over their own life? And so that's a big one.
And even I bet control of finances too is a big one too.
Huge one, she mentioned. Is their money being controlled and watched? That is a huge one.
Yeah. So Oliviana's going to have a story tonight. What time will that story air?
That's going to air at 9:30 tonight, and I've got a striking statistic of connections between homicides and people who have a previous conviction of domestic violence at some point in their record. So it's crazy, the correlation there, but you can watch that tonight at 9:30. But in the meantime, if you'd like to check out the website of how to get help, you can do that right here. There's a Get Help Now button, and also that number right there on oneplacebirmingham.com. That's One Place Family Justice Center. All these different resources all in one place.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
That is good. And I know that they had an event, a fundraiser event. They came on our show now at 11 and talked about that. And they, rely a lot on donations and
absolutely, yeah.
They have a close partnership with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office.
That's
and
right.
so
That's right.
I know Danny Carr was going to be speaking at some of their events. And
I actually spoke to him, so he'll be in my story later as well. So.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
Well, hopefully someone sees this. If anybody needs any help, there's the information on your screen. Hopefully this will help someone. And we appreciate you bringing light to this.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing is I want to reiterate is this is anonymous and confidential. And they made sure to make sure everyone who is watching knows that, and they can even provide ride shares for if someone who doesn't want to ask for transportation just to get to one place to figure everything out.
All right. Well, Oliviana, you're doing a great thing by bringing light to this. So thank you for being with us today. We appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Cancer impacts everyone, both children and adults. The citizens of Alabama of all ages are fortunate to have outstanding cancer doctors and researchers right here in our state at the O'Neill Comprehensive Cancer Center at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. No matter which football team you support, we can all get behind the O'Neill Comprehensive Cancer Center. They are working every day on discoveries that will lead to new treatments for patients of all ages, and with a team-based approach to care, experts from multiple specialties work together to game plan the best way forward for each and every patient. It matters where a cancer patient is treated first. And in Alabama, we have a top-ranked team right here for all of us at the O'Neill Comprehensive Cancer Center at UAB.
We're looking at the weather models days before. If we know that the conditions are favorable to intensify, we need to give those people a first alert immediately.
The way we track storms with the Barron Tornado Index really gives us that advantage to let us know when danger is near. We're able to pinpoint timing right down to your street level, but more importantly, we're giving you that life-saving information.
Storms change in an instant. We have to anticipate what's next, and that's what we're here to do right here on the First Alert Weather Team.
It's another reason why WBRC is always on your side.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
And being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
Getting to the bottom of health and billing issues that may be hidden in the fine print.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home. WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
As chief meteorologist for the First Alert Weather Team, we've taken our weather coverage to the next level. We expanded our technology, giving you the most accurate track on our First Alert Weather app. We started First Alert Weather Extra so you'd have more weather knowledge whenever and however you watch. And now I'm proud to welcome back my friend JP Dice, another trusted voice to support our team dedicated to accuracy, safety, and providing you the First Alert. 7 weather experts on your side. This is why we First Alert.
Well, welcome back. It is time for our Friday 5. So each Friday we highlight 5 events happening this weekend that you and your family can enjoy together. Here's Julie Saucy from the Birmingham Mom Collective. She joined me on Now at 11 for this.
All right, so we're going to get started. More consignment sales, right?
Listen, this top one, this first one, the Kids Market and Mom, it's one of the largest in our area. Yeah, it's the closing weekend. So if you didn't make it to any other consignment sales, guys, this weekend is the time to go get everything's like 50% off. So go and get those last minute bargains. It's over at it was the old Kmart, I believe, on Crestwood Boulevard. So it is the largest consignment sale in Alabama. It's dedicated to children's, maternity items. It has nearly 80,000 square feet of organized shopping space. So
wow.
Yeah, some of the items will be 50% off. So now through Saturday is the last time to get all those great deals.
Last minute Halloween costume right there, you saw.
The duck? Go get that duck. Okay.
I know, that's so cute. I'm sure a little bitty baby could be that cute duck for Halloween.
I miss those like little bitty
I know,
costumes.
those ages, so sweet. All right, so our next one is Flicks Among Flowers. Tell us about this.
Yes, I love this one at Botanical Gardens. Yeah, so they're doing the movie from the 1990s movie, The Addams Family. So it's going to be a really fun time. So it's a free event, guys, free at the Botanical Gardens. It's going to feature a costume contest. So you can go get your costumes on, have a little extra time to wear that costume. There's going to be trick-or-treating for the kids. The gates open at 5 p.m. and the movie will begin at sunset. So that sounds like a really fun one.
I know. And Botanical Gardens is always so beautiful this time of year.
Oh, I love the Botanical Gardens. It is super fun right by the zoo. And
Yeah.
it's a great place to visit even if there's not a huge event going on. So
A great family-friendly place. All right.
Sure.
Next we have the Oak Mountain Festival, Fall Festival.
Yeah, this is their Harvest Festival, and this is one of the best times to go to Oak Mountain. It is not hot. It is beautiful weather. Go see some of the fall leaves are starting to change with this cold weather we've had, so it's going to be beautiful out there. So it's on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The tickets are very low cost, $2 to $5. It's going to be celebrating fall. There's going to be hay rides, bounce houses, local vendors, food trucks, treetop nature trail tours. Oh, I've taken one of those, and it is very educational. You see lots of birds and more. So kids 3 and under are free. So that'll be a fun one as well for the fall.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so our next one is Haunt the Hills.
Haunt the Hills. Okay, yes, Vestavia Hills. It's at Walled Park. This is a great one. They just redid Walled Park, by the way, and it is gorgeous. So this is like their big trick-or-treating on the Grand Lawn over at Walled Park. There's going to be local businesses from 4 to 6. Dress in your best family-friendly costume for a costume contest. So everybody in your family needs to dress up so you can win the contest. There's going to be prizes for kids, adults, pets, and groups. So bring a chair, blanket to watch the movie Hocus Pocus at 7 p.m. That is one of my kids' favorite movies right now, the Hocus Pocus, the original.
Yes, we've just gotten into that this year. So
Yeah.
I finally felt like my oldest was old enough to, I guess, see it and not be too scared.
Yeah, and the second one just came out. Go watch that on Disney Plus. So
it's so much fun. All right, and then our last one is Jeepers Creepers Trunk or Treat.
That is right. So these are at the Grandview River outlets over there where the Buc-ee's is, the outlets. We love the outlets. So they have partnered with Iron City Wranglers. That is Jeep Wranglers. I had to look that up. So they're going to have all of these Jeeps out there for the second year in a row. You're going to make your way from Jeep to Jeep for the most unique trunk or treat experience in the Birmingham area, plus all-day festive food, drink, and live music. And when you're not doing that, go shop at the outlets because that'll be fun too.
So fun. Oh my gosh, and I'm sure there's going to be a ton of candy there.
Ooh, yeah. If you are missing, if you need some candy, go get you some candy over at the Trunk or Treat.
Yeah, those are always great, and it's so easy for parents because it's right there, and you can keep an eye on the kids. They're not like darting off somewhere. So.
That's right. Keep an eye right in that little area. Now we do have a bonus one today.
Yes,
we have a bonus 5. It's the 6th one.
Okay.
So this is on Monday, Birmingham Mom Collective. We're doing a park hop where we go to a park each month. And so this month we're going to be at Homewood Central Park here on Monday, the 24th from 9:30 to 11 a.m. We have Hero Donuts coming to give out free donuts, free coffee. We're going to give away lots of swag. We have a big giveaway that we're doing. So come bring your kids. Come meet us. We'd love to see you there.
It's going to be a good time. All right, Julie, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks.
All right, well, we are going to be right back after this, and we're going to take a look at the traffic mess. 65 a parking lot, it looks like right now. So we're going to have an update on that after this break.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
It's knowing someone cares.
It's feeling safe.
It's a today that's better than yesterday.
Every dollar you can spare helps so much more than you can imagine. Please, donate now to help people affected by Hurricane Ian. Your support is urgently needed.
Every storm has a story, where it came from, where it's going, and the lives impacted in between. Where our story begins is with your first alert, warning you well ahead of time so the chapter in between isn't filled with surprises. The largest team on your side, dedicated to telling the story that starts and ends with you. This is why we First Alert.
When we say morning news, we mean all morning. When others go national, we're on your side, keeping it local.
Taking your kids to school, here are the backups you need to know.
Because we're still busy helping you plan your day.
Hey, get your kiddos up for school. We do have some new information.
Beating the traffic and giving you the first alert to changing weather.
And as we hop on the bus this morning, a first alert for storms.
All from the biggest team in town covering your neighborhood on your favorite devices. Start with Good Day Alabama. always on your side.
I've worked with several weather teams, but I've never been a part of a weather team this knowledgeable, everybody on the staff, and is dedicated to First Alert.
As the largest team, no matter what time of day or night, we're updating our weather app, we're relaying information on social media. We are always tracking what's ahead, giving you that First Alert.
This trust that we have in each other and the trust that you put in us allows us to be more accurate, and it makes us want to be the weather team that you turn to keep you safe.
All right, welcome back. We're going to get another look at traffic right now. It is a mess out there, especially 65 in both directions. Also 280, we're seeing a lot of slowdowns right here past 459, both directions between 119 and 459. A lot of slowdowns, but look at this. This is 65, all those slowdowns right there. I did find one of these crashes on a camera. So this is near the 65, 459 interchange. There you can see some of the flashing lights off on the shoulder, but there is at least one lane blocked there, so it's just a mess out there. Again, it appears there's a crash in that area, so just be careful, take it slowly if you're about to head out the door and head home. We definitely want you safe out there, but just be mindful that 65 is seeing a lot of heavy traffic on this Friday afternoon. Thanks for joining us for WBRC Now. I'm Clare Huddleston. We will see you here next week.